Hi there and welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to be working in what was my weekly journal and has now turned into my right now journal. Just whatever I fancy journaling about right now. It is always like my day-to-day stuff. That was my previous page that I made. Today, however, I am going through some photos. I've got some photos from when we went to a vintage flea market, which I absolutely loved. Completely exceeded my expectations, and I'm also going to be working with this month's kit, which is Dino Party. I am super excited. I'm actually sharing this kit super early this month because of all the troubles going on at the moment. Is troubles the right word? Fiasco? I don't know. Confusion? I don't know how to call it. It's all a bit crazy, but with all the new tariffs changing with the US, I am showcasing this month's kit super early, just because I want to get them posted and on their way well and truly before the situation changes and tariffs need to be paid. I think especially as we're unclear at the moment as to how much is going to be paid. So I thought I'd chat a little bit about that today with you as well, whilst I'm creating this lovely page. So yes, from the 29th of August, we're going to need to pay a tariff to send into the US. So I thought I would get my kits. I've got everything already anyway. So it's sat here. So rather than our lovely US friends not being able to have their kits, I thought I would send them early. This is the inside of the kit. This is actually the letter that I'm using here. And I'm actually wanting to use some of the design because it's so pretty. I am loving the colours of this month's kit. So although it's Dino Party, it's very influenced by dinosaurs and parties. So it's a little bit of both. And we're going to have real fun this month. I'm not showing you huge amounts at the moment. It's still very much a sneak peek. But like I said, seeing as some of our kits will be leaving really early this month, I thought it would be fun. Seeing as I hadn't played with it, I thought it would be fun to get some bits and pieces out and have a little play. So that's what I'm doing today. So if you're in the US, hopefully your kit will be arriving early. I don't know if there will be delays maybe going into the US. I don't know if it's all good. You know what I mean? Sort of like with it being teething at the moment with how things are. It could be it takes a while for your kits to go anyway. So with them maybe leaving sort of like 3 weeks early, it may be that they still reach you on time anyway. So we'll see. It's all a little bit of everything's up in the air at the moment. So if you are with me, I will be pausing your US kits just for the time being until we know exactly what's happening. Hopefully it will all be then clear soon and we can get you back started again, and we'll see what happens. But I'll be in contact with you. I won't just change things and throw everything on you. I will be in contact. Aren't these photos cute? I'm having a little look. I wanted to journal about today, going to the vintage flea market, and I've taken photos of us there, but also of the things that we bought. Now, this flea market did feel a little bit like a car boot sale, but it had lots of stores as well, but it also had an inside bit. And I think that's why it kind of exceeded our expectations. I think sometimes you can go to a vintage market and it can feel so expensive. This didn't feel like this. So it had the feel of like a proper flea market, to be honest. But a lot of things were really reasonably priced. So that huge, great big cafe sign that we've bought, and Aid still hasn't got it up on the wall. And I'm so excited. It's because it's a non-supporting wall. It's quite a thin wall and it's very heavy, this sign. Didn't really feel that heavy, I think, when we bought it. You sort of like, you're outside and all that. But then you get home and you think there's nothing to support it on that wall. That's when it feels a little bit daunting. So I think he's been putting it off a little bit. I think he's a bit nervous about it. And also because there's water behind there as well, because we've got a radiator. So obviously he doesn't want to drill into the wall or something and hit a pipe. So yeah, the idea is good. And as you can see, that's where it's going to live. And it's a huge cafe sign that actually came off a cafe in Crediton in Devon. So that makes me happy, but it's just perfect for here. Perfect size, perfect colour. And it was £20. I expected for them to say like 100 or something. So I was really surprised. That's the only thing with this kind of place. There's generally not prices on things. And I don't know about you, but I hate asking. I did buy a good thing of books. Inside the market, there was, it was all craft stuff, which was really cool. Arts and crafts. So the first store was just a load of books, and there were some really, really good kid books, and they were £1 each. So I bought some really nice vintage ones. I often buy them with the view of turning them into journals, but actually these were so, so nice. They're all display books now. I use books quite a lot to pile things up and put plants on and all that sort of thing. I think it looks really nice. Often you can take off the dust covers and you're left with the most beautiful books inside. This little clip at the top isn't in the kit. This was from a previous kit that I'm using. But all these other bits and pieces I'm tearing up, using as layers. These will all be in the kit. I also have a really fun stamp. I've got some sticker books. I've just got so much. I've got alphabet stickers, which you'll see in a moment. There's a lot in this month's kit. And some really cool papers as well. So I'll be doing, actually I need to film an unboxing. I'll do that super early as well. I'll film an unboxing and you can see what's coming. And we all need to be excited about this kit. I think I'm in a bit of a panic at the moment business-wise because there's so much change, so much uncertainty. So I'm just trying to embrace changes. I've been talking about doing a digital kit as well. So I'll see how that goes. If I do, I would like to sort it. That would be October. So watch this space. But let me know if that's something that would be of interest. I've mentioned it on in my Patreon group, in my community group, and also over in my Facebook group, and quite a lot of people said they would be interested. So I am looking into that right now. I do have digitals already. I have like my papers, I create all those as digitals to then send them to be pre-printed. So I could create some extra papers. I've got the embellishment postcard already, which I've been cutting into. And then I've got other bits and pieces as well. So, and I was thinking it would be fun, like maybe each month to create some tags, just bits and pieces like that would be really fun for you to cut out. So you'll have a mix of like this kind of thing, which would be created, but then some of my own artwork as well. So a nice little mixture of things. So if that does sound interesting to you, let me know. I'm planning to keep it around the £10 mark. I was talking on Patreon actually. It's very difficult because Patreon takes such a huge whack of the money. And also if you then sign up if you join with by your Apple phone, they take another 30%, I believe. Look, Ada and I were sat looking at all our charges the other day. It looks like about 25% Patreon take, and then if you sign up with Apple, it's 30% as well. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but that's what we were looking at the other day. That's a lot of money, isn't it? So you think if somebody then pays £10, obviously I don't get £10 of that. It's so a lot of that money is distributed elsewhere. So I'm just trying to work out my time and all that kind of thing. It's a tricky one, isn't it? So that's something we're looking into at the moment. These are the alphabet stickers. It's a really colourful kit. I wanted it to be so much fun. And I thought I don't usually like titles in different colours. But this just went so perfect with the colours. And I thought I would then pop on their vintage flea market because I thought it would look really lovely in those colours. And I think the market itself felt very colourful, very fun. There was like live music happening. There was lots of food stores. If ever you're in the Frome direction, I really recommend it. And I don't even know when they are. It actually popped up on Instagram, to be honest. It was an Instagram ad that I saw. And then I invited my sister because she loves that kind of thing. So we drove and met there. So I don't even know when the next one is. And there is an Instagram account. So if you're interested, have a look for Frome Vintage Flea Market. Or maybe it was called like Flea and Craft Market. I think maybe that was the one. But have a little Google, see what you can find. Because I would definitely like to go to another one in future. It was a really, really fun atmosphere. It's on like a farm. So it's in the fields and it's just really, really nice. I really recommend it. And most of us crafty people love that kind of thing. Let me know if you do as well. Do you just love browsing? I bought a cake stand as well. It was £3. My sister, you can just see that Mickey Mouse. She paid £10 for that. It's like a little puppet one. The kids hated it. They said it felt haunted. I also bought like an old garlic grater for a couple of quid. I'm not planning to use that to grate garlic. It's just on display. You know, just when you have some quirky things on shelves. So yeah, it was just a really, really nice morning. Really nice people. Loved it. So yeah, I'm going to pop these. I've torn the papers here from the kit, as you can see. And I'm just going to make my little title here with different words. And then I wanted to add some colour, so we're going to be adding colour to the pages as well here. I'm really loving how this journal is coming together. It just makes me so, so happy. It's such a nice colourful one. And as I was saying, I've decided not to turn it into a weekly journal because it's kind of like my everyday goings on, what we're doing. So it's not holidays, it's not any sort of deep thought journal. It's just bits and pieces that we're doing. I tend to keep outings, like UK outings, to another journal there in my Bambi journal. But as this was just a morning going to the flea market, I thought this was absolutely perfect for this journal here. And it's got that kind of feel, like a flea markety feel, this journal. So yeah, it was the perfect little space here to document a really fun day out with my sister and her family. So the following day, and I've got my thinking cap on, I've actually got this tiny little, well, it's not tiny, is it? It's a decent size paper clip from this dinosaur kit. This kit is so cute, and although there's not anything actually dinosaur related on here, I really want to include it. I just think it's so cute, and there's no rules, is there, to say that I can't include it. Right, let's try and staple this on. I do love a staple to keep a paper clip in place. That is going to work well. And now he can stay on. I love that. And I might even just pop a little bit of tape. Now I'm not going to do this as double-sided tape. I'm actually just going to do it like that. There. So he's just kind of like stuck on. Like that. I don't want to do it all the way through another staple because it's going to go through there. But remember, there's no rules. It doesn't matter that we don't actually have any dinosaurs on here. I've got journaling space. Just found a little barcode. I'm going to stick that on anyway. Again, doesn't matter, does it? It was a vintage flea market, so actually we need a few more vintagey bits, don't we? Do you agree? I might actually, this is the thing, and I say it all the time, walk away from something, come back with new eyes, you get new ideas. Let's find some vintage bits. I feel like there's not enough vintage on this page. Got some packing paper. I'm wondering if just adding a few little layers, I think that could work well. I quite like that idea. I didn't even give it a thought yesterday. It's just something that's just suddenly dawned on me. It was a vintage flea market, but there's not actually much vintage on this little page. And that won't do, will it? Do we include it all the way up there? There. And what about down here? How about we... This is almost a bit like baking paper, isn't it? I quite like that. Let's add that down there just for a little bit of texture, like that. There, that looks cute. And then I feel like adding a little bit more up here. Maybe, I don't know, or actually even on the side here, I might do that. Let's staple that on, because why not? And actually I like the idea of doing exactly the same over here. So I've got to be careful though, because I don't want it to have an impact on that one. Right, this is where we're going to get creative. We are going to add that on there. Perfect. It's actually made have a pretty page. I like that. That's quite cool. Got this from the kit. Let's see if we can add this. I'm just going to, oh, that didn't work very well. I thought I was going to be able to tear it all the way down. I might have to cut that instead, because I'm thinking about adding a bow to the top because I want it to poke through. Let's add it over here, and I'm just going to staple that on. Oh, I forgot I need new staples. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, love that. That is cute. I feel like even, do I add some more? I do quite like that. I think what I might do is get some journaling down, and then we'll add some colour to the page as well. I just wanted to reassure you that although I've only included one dinosaur on this page, there will be a multitude of dinosaurs in this kit. It is a really, really fun one. I do love a dinosaur. I don't know what the attraction is. For me, I think it's because our youngest was so into dinosaurs from the age of like 3. So I think they have a special place in our heart. But there's just something about them. And I just thought, being vintage, being old, a dinosaur had its place on this page. So I think working with this kit is going to be a fun one this month on how to pop a dinosaur on a page that isn't dinosaur related. So that's going to be really fun. And I don't think something has to be dinosaur related in order to pop a dinosaur on. I think it's just a fun thing to do. I don't think you necessarily have to have a connection with something to include it on a page. I really don't. I think this is what we talk about with freedom journaling. It's your page. You can do whatever you like. If you like a dinosaur, you have the right to pop it on your spread. You don't have to give an explanation as to why you have a dinosaur. If you love sharks, let's face it, we don't think anything about sticking flowers and decorating our pages with flowers. And yet, is it a gardening page? No. Is it a page about picking flowers? No. So we do that. So why not add a dinosaur? There's no rules to say that we can't. So celebrate with dinosaurs this month. Let's get them on our spreads. Let's have a little bit of fun to them. I love a dinosaur. I might even put my dinosaur dress on this month, actually. I usually just keep that to Florida. But I might wear my dinosaur dress. It's been a while. I think we're going away for the weekend. I think I might go and take it out. And next time I come to the flea market, I might even wear my dinosaur dress then. It's like an old style Cath Kidston. I love it. It's lovely and colourful, and I'm feeling the urge to wear it now. Let me know how you feel about dinosaurs. Do they have a special place in your heart? I'm thinking of my friend Lise right now, who I know loves a dinosaur as well. And are you quite comfortable with popping anything on a page that takes your fancy? Or do you feel like if you're doing a gardening page, it has to all be gardening related? So would you feel sort of a little bit, would you feel pushed then to pop a dinosaur on a page if it's not a dinosaur related page? And when I say dinosaur related, I'm saying things like, we went to the Natural History Museum and saw dinosaurs. Or I also relate them to when we used to go to Charmouth, which was on the Jurassic Coast, and there's literally fossils everywhere. It's so cool. I would be interested to hear that one actually, on how you feel. And if you have any ideas of upcoming kits, I've got the next couple planned, but I'm open especially for next year. We've never had a dinosaur kit. Is there anything in particular that you would really love to see in a kit? Realistically, I've had people sometimes say you've never done a guinea pig kit, but it's a bit of a tricky one because not everybody loves a guinea pig. I think dinosaurs are a bit different. But if there's anything you fancy seeing in a kit, especially if it's something that you feel we haven't had before, I would love to hear. I've done cats and dogs before. I've done most things actually. But yeah, I would be interested to know if there's something that takes your fancy. We've got a typical October kit coming up next with pumpkins and all that kind of thing, which I'm looking forward to. I've got some really cool pens already for that kit, so that will be really fun. But I'm always open to suggestions. I've got the Christmas kit all ready to go. That one's done. What do you fancy seeing in the November kit? I always do that one sort of more seasonal. I haven't actually got everything for that or anything for that yet. I haven't got a name for it. So if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear. It's always fun to work on these things together. You're the ones that receive them. So if there's anything you would like, let me know. So I am just going to add some soft colours in the background here, just to colour my page. I just wanted, I don't know, I really like the white, but I would like this to be more colourful. That's all. There. What do you think? It just needed a little bit of colour. I think it did anyway. I'm going to do the same over here as well. We're going to keep the tealy colours because that's what's making me happy. And I love all the little pops of pink on this one. You don't have to be arty to be able to do this. Anyone can do this. A child can do this, as you can tell, because it looks very childlike. But that's fine because I'm enjoying myself, and that's all that matters. I love this, I really do. And actually I purposely like it when we have the pencil going in both directions. I like that a lot. There, I'm happy with that. I add a little bit more blue. I think that looks really fun. I think actually what I might do is remove the tape from the back there, and that actually will hold that in place. I love this. I'm so pleased with this one. I think that's turned out really well. A journal day about our vintage flea market visit, and I've got our little goodies that we bought, and Aid holding up the sign. We still haven't actually put it up there. And then my sister and I just listening to music there on the grass. It was perfect. And a dinosaur that has absolutely no relevance, just the fact that I like him. So that's it. I am loving this page. I'm very happy with that. And I needed this little journal fix. Let's add some green over here, because why not? I encourage you to get your pencils out and scribble. It's fun. It really is. Right, there we go. I'm not going to scribble anymore. Thank you for being here with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Have a great week. Bye.